Hey, good morning, family. I'm out doing my walking thing, so uh, I always do it. Love doing it, but just wanted to talk today about the idea of just thinking that you reach a certain level and everything is supposed to be perfect, And I was talking about this the other day on my live, where we think that it's supposed to get to a certain point that you're never sad, you never feel any fear, you're never stressed, because you're just in this thing of like, oh, everything is going right, everything is just so blissful and wonderful. And I think that's one of the biggest crocks of bullshit that we can consider as spirituality. And understand, when I define spirituality as anything we do in life, I never liked the idea of religion where you were spiritual on Sunday and then secular, doing everything else, because just within Kemetic spirituality, everything that you do is about your development as a human being, which also helps you develop yourself as a soul and gain wisdom, So it all works together. But this idea that you get to a certain point and you're supposed to be like Mr. or Miss Perfect, that is such a damaging way to consider yourself. And I'm telling you, it's even like I can even just think about myself, a lot of times, because, I have my struggles about different things. And, I laugh a lot of times because I say, people will be like, well, man, you got a lot of wisdom, thank you. I've had people say, well, man, where'd you get all your wisdom? Man, I got my wisdom because I done had my ass kicked 3, 4, 5 times on the same lesson. So everything that I teach and I talk about, it comes by way of life experience and me having dealt with it, or I'm dealing with it. So for me, it's like every day I'm always like striving to like live on the edge of my comfort zone, because it's just how I'm wired. I love creating stuff and doing stuff. And once you create, or you start creating, a lot of times you might not know like what the finished product is gonna be, and that shit can be uncomfortable, Or in my case as an entrepreneur, I don't always know if what I create is going to be received, And so that even gets into when I create something, it's not just a product, it's literally me putting me out there, It's literally me putting my knowledge, me putting myself out there for people to basically, say yay or nay or ridicule, And I know a lot of us deal with that. And that becomes, a fear that a lot of us deal with. And for me, I've just learned how to manage that fear, because I really figured out that, you don't get over, if you're really like trying to achieve and you're really trying to like grow, and I won't even say achieve, you're trying to grow, you're just doing who you are, being who you are, and trying to grow. You don't get over fear, man. The only way you don't feel fear is that you stay in the same place doing the same thing, and you know what to expect every day, But if you are literally creating, and I talk about us being gods and goddesses in training and being creators, if today you're doing something different than you did yesterday, there's going to be some kind of uncertainty. And if it's not some type of uncertainty, you're not really living, you're not really stretching, So like I said, it's always something that we're going through as we're developing, something that I'm going through. Like I said, it's just, there's always this thing about rejection, there's just this underlying tone of our theme, I guess I can say, that I've dealt with, so that runs through whether it's my business, my relationships, and it's something that I'm working on and trying to work through, but it just wraps itself around so many things. It can blindside you, and then even sometimes I've started to recognize, because it took me a long time to even recognize when I was feeling that rejection, or it would be, I would react, and then I'd be like, why the fuck you ever react like that? What did you do that for? So, and I'd have to analyze it, later. But the point is families, that you never reach this level of this perfected state, this imaginary perfected state. Because if you think you're at that level, then all that means is you're stagnant and you're not growing, So don't get into that bag of feeling like, and this is, and I relate that to this. A lot of people want to do things in their life. They want to get into the space of, like coaching and helping people and stuff like that. But they feel like unless they're like perfect, they can't really talk to people about, the things that they want to talk to people about. Because bottom line is, all of us have some kind of gift, but we got to discover those things a lot of times, My gift is being able to break down this knowledge and put it in a way that is easily digestible. That's my gift and my ability to be able to do that. But because I have the gift doesn't mean that I don't have the other shit to deal with too, So I can still help people through my gift, but that doesn't mean that I have to be perfect, or that I can be perfect. And anybody that expects that is just not very realistic either, So if you have gifts and abilities that that you can serve other people, don't let what you feel is something negative about yourself stop you from, putting yourself out there, So there's always going to be these things that are going to be going on. There's the state of perfection is just not real. That's not reality. The things that you're going to deal with and the things that are going to come up when you're stretching, when you're trying to do something different, a place of living in fear or not being fearful is just not reality. So, and these are things that I'm talking about are things that I deal with, for me on a daily basis, and and things that I got to work through. So it's always something as you're growing that you're going to be working through. One of the reasons why I really love Kemetic Science is that it literally puts things into like a way that I can observe and measure, what's going on, and that's why it's a science for me. It's not just something that it's not something that is just arbitrary, or when I was in the religion, everything was just superstition. I could never figure out what was going on. One of the main reasons I got into this was because I wanted to know how this person that I thought was not a real cool person would get their prayers answered, but I wouldn't be able to get my prayers answered, So it was really so Kemetic Science for me really took it out of superstition to basically having the ability to measure things make hypotheses about what was going on, and then to basically kind of hold my shit up to the light and see what was going on. That's not a very good image, is it? Who's going to be holding their shit to the light? Nobody. But anyway, so like I said, family, just you got to keep working on your stuff. And don't expect or don't hold yourself up to this image that you're supposed to be perfect all the time. You know, it's just there's never that time. Perfection equals stagnation. That's all it is. So feel your fears, work through your stuff. I'm trying to work on my idea of being rejected and all that stuff. I'm that's just a daily or a constant thing for me, you know. So I'm working through it. I'll get through it, and you'll get through it too. So make it happen, family. All right, y'all have an amazing day.